okay? We do have a lot of new people that don't know me, and I got to start introducing myself. I am TashaK. This is my show, Unwind with TashaK, okay? We have a few shows going on here, okay? So if you're new, welcome. If you ain't new, hey, welcome back. Let me give y'all some time to get on up in here, okay? Because we are streaming everywhere now, all right? It is not just one specific place. It is multiple places, okay? And we got a few more streams we're about to add as well, too. So hello, world. How are you guys doing? I know Monday is a bit of a drag. I literally just dragged myself out of the bed after an afternoon nap, okay? I had to do jumping jacks and push-ups and everything to get my heart beating fast. You know what I'm saying? Just to wake up, because, you know, you still be asleep when you wake up 30 minutes ago, okay? Let me see what they talking about in the comments. Let me get the comments, please. Hey. Listen, while we're waiting on everybody to get up in here, okay? While we're waiting on everybody to get up here, remember, guys, we have 10 days. 10 days until our first live exclusive wine, gossip, and comedy event in Atlanta. I hope I said that right. In Atlanta, Georgia, okay? Doors open at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You can scan this QR code to get your tickets. Tickets start around $35, okay, and go up. There's no bad seat in the house, okay? You're not going to be watching me on TV. Well, sometimes everybody will be watching me on television, okay? You know what I'm saying? That's just the way it is. But for the most part, everybody's going to be able to directly see me on the stage, okay? You'll be able to directly interact with me on the stage. Unfortunately, all the meet and greets are sold out, and we still have the after party in talks. I don't know how that's going to be on a Wednesday night with folk having to go to work and everything like that. We'll see. And everything closing early in Atlanta on Wednesday, okay? So that is to be continued. But if you are flying in, if you are traveling from a nearby state or from afar, we do have a group rate at a group hotel, okay? And so you will be emailed that once you purchase your tickets to our first live wine, gossip, and comedy event, TashaK on stage in Atlanta, Georgia on March 8th, okay? And it is my birthday too, okay? So we going in. Okay, so listen, link below in the description box or just visit Eventbrite. Type in TashaK on stage. Grab your tickets now. We are 85% sold, okay? Not bad for my first live event and not bad for me only launching it worldwide 2 weeks ago, okay? Because I had it exclusively privated for people that are on TashaKLive.com, okay? Now, lined up for today's show, I don't know if y'all remember Miss Bonita, all right? We don't have a picture of her, but we do have a full exclusive interview. She is an R&B neo-soul artist who kindly shared her experience that happened on Valentine's Day, okay? Had she just would have waited one day, I don't think she would have experienced the trauma that she's experienced, but nevertheless, she is here to tell her story exclusively to us, okay? TashaKLive.com already got the full interview. Of course, we have it cut down, censored here for YouTube. Your version of events, okay? That is okay with YouTube, Facebook, Bigo, and everybody, all right? And so we have that interview later. She drove to go and surprise her boyfriend of 5 months from Atlanta to North Carolina, knocked on the door, and his wife answered the door with a whole weapon, okay? And so that interview will be exclusively airing here later in the show. Also, we're going to be talking about Nick Cannon and his epiphany from God, okay? Also, Kodak Black, Lil Wayne, Adam Levine, Gunplay. But first, before we get started, you guys know that we have to take a moment and thank our sponsors, right? That's the reason why we don't ask for donations, but hey, we're happy to accept them. I ain't turning down no money, okay? I'm gonna start putting my Cash App up here like all these other creators, okay? Because I could use some spending money for the Dollar Tree, okay? I could use that for the Family Dollar. We need a heater here too in this office because it be getting cold sometime. And $15 to buy me one of them little Family Dollar heaters up in here to keep my feet warm because I'm tired of wearing socks in the summertime in South Florida. Okay, I am not in Africa, by the way. I am in South Florida. Stop with the lies. The lies. Okay, without further ado, we got some sponsors that we need to brag about, which means boldly raise a glass to. We'll be right back. Let's go. Listen close and listen carefully. The olive leaf extract can reverse high blood pressure and diabetic high blood sugar, or the sugar as some of our grandmamas may call it. It can also kill any nasty little bugs in your bodies like parasites, bacteria, fungi, tumors, and much, much more. And if that's not enough, you can also tell certain cancers like breast, prostate, colon, liver, and skin cancer to take a seat, because the olive leaf extract has been known to fight it, and their friend lupus can get it too, okay? So I need my winos to be in good health because we have some good dragging to do. So visit myoliveleaf.biz to help get your health in order. All right, winos, check out our Unwine with TashaK store. We got sweatshirts that say, nah, I gotta go and I ain't got it. We got crop top, wine mug, water bottles. We got it all, okay? So be sure to hit that link below. Well, they call you the Queen of Broward.
Yeah.
Okay. Is it safe to call you were a stud?
I was.
You were high yellow. They bullied you.
Yeah.
A lot of light-skinned people don't talk about that.
They think that we got it all like good. We light-skinned and we just got everything good. Like, nah, hell nah, I used to get bullied and shit. And it's just crazy how I hadn't already started working with females and I was like 19, 20. Before I even knew that my dad was an actual pimp in Chicago, I was already, semi doing that here.
So you got into pimping?
Mm-hmm.
Because it was in your blood.
That's what I feel like.
And you had no idea.
I had no idea.
So as a stud, you had females working for you.
Okay, you want to know, before I get into that, you want to know some tea?
Yes.
I was talking to Shaq recently.
Shaquille O'Neal.
Yeah.
Shut the fuck up. So let me see these DMs, child.
I respect a real nigga that could be like, yeah, I'm flying, I'm taking this bitch to Cancun real quick, I'll be back. For you, when I get a day V, and I'll be like, all right, daddy.
He says, I'm waiting, show me where you want me to come when I see you. Oh, the white. God damn. The white. Bitch, she got all the receipts. Oh, shot. I think that interview was a setup. I ain't gonna lie to you, okay? I think Dwight sent her to prove to us that there was no same-sex things going on with him and anybody else, okay? That's what I think, all right? The whole interview is on TashaKLive.com. If you want to exclusively watch it, just put in XDubPimp. It'll come up, okay? Because we got a whole lot of content over there because, we are a streaming service now. We are streaming everything, okay? Primarily urban content. We're trying to give the urban content creators a bigger voice, bigger exposure. We got enough of the other content out there, so urban content is where we want to stay. All right, and so the winos have been eating that up over on TashaKLive.com. Thank you so much for the support, okay? Real quick, exercise. We got a new report, okay, from New Atlas. You guys know that I am a health nut when it comes to us taking care of ourselves, okay? And this article was so real, I decided that I wanted to share it with y'all because I have experienced this, okay? Now, I don't know why we have, okay, all right, but we'll go with this, all right? Listen, exercise, according to New Atlas and their lifestyle section of their digital magazine, they published an article saying exercise could be the first line of attack in mental health treatment, okay? Now, with the rise in the digital world, all right, we are all going to be suffering some sort of mental health issue, whether we want to or not. When we're in front of screens for long hours, and when we're working on the computer, when we're on our phones, when we're watching TV, everything is in front of a screen. We're in our cars now. We got screens in our cars. We can't help it, okay? And it shuts down the brain. They call it virtual autism, all right? We ain't even about to get in that right now, all right? But it does cause significant decline on the brain, all right? Especially if you already suffer from anxiety, depression, and everything. So they ran thousands of trials, okay, on over 100,000 patients and have concluded that this, just exercising, whether you walking, guys, I know y'all hear this all the time and you probably get tired of, but there's just, we have too many issues going on, too many things going on, especially in our community, in my community, that I think this needs to be on repeat. The way they repeat in McDonald's commercials and stuff like that, we need to repeat the exercise commercials. So guess what? I'm signing up for that, all right? I'm going to be drilling this stuff in your head, okay, until you back drilling them dumbbells and drilling when you walking, okay, or even drilling when you scrolling too. And so In the article, they say physical activity is known to help improve mental health. Okay, said Ben Sai at the University of South Australia, co-author of the study. Yet, despite the evidence, it has not been widely adopted as the first choice treatment because it is narcotics. That is the adopt. Okay, people would rather write a prescription than tell you to go get a $10 membership at Planet Fitness, walk, run, do some squats. You can do some basic exercise, and I think everybody in this country has learned how to do the military exercises. Okay, you run, you walk, you do 2 pull-ups, maybe some 10 jumping jacks. Okay, 5 push-ups on your knees. That's your exercise for the day. You can literally do that 30 minutes a day. Now, the reason this really stuck out to me is because I have suffered from depression and anxiety. I don't anymore, okay? But if I stop with my exercise regimen, I will probably end up depressed and anxiety and anxious again, okay? I've had anxiety ever since I was probably, I want to say 5. Ever since I was touched by my uncle and then, beat by the family, abused and things like that, and, just growing up in poverty, it got to the point where I would just start having panic attacks out of the blue. I could be walking in school, you know what I'm saying? Boy coming to meet me at the class, walking me, next thing you know, whole body covered in pins and needles. I'm falling out. They wheeling me out on the stretcher only to get me to the emergency room to say that it wasn't no heart attack. It was just anxiety. I'm like, what is that? Nobody had any answers for me. They said, well, you need to see a therapist. I'm like, what is that? Okay. I only can afford, I can't even afford no therapy. All right. After my parents is, that's a new word, parents. Insurance just kind of went away because they didn't do their full terms in the military. There was no insurance. You understand what I'm saying? So I'm like, therapy, what do I need to talk about? I didn't even know I was scared. I thought the things that I was scared of, I was supposed to be scared. But then I discovered exercise. Then I discovered, eating right. Low sugar diets, okay? Because that sugar can have your adrenaline going and you get hyper, coffee, caffeine, all that stuff in overdrive, even alcohol, have you wired. And then when it drops, you get depressed, you get anxious, your heart beating fast. And if you already got problems on top of that, it increases whatever you got going on. Marijuana does it to me too, okay? Let me be anxious and I hit a blunt. All right? I'm around here like, oh my God, my heart coming out my chest. My armpits are sweaty. I feel like I'm having a heart attack. I want to take off running. You know what I'm saying? That's how I react to things because my body is used to being in fight or flight mode because of the trauma that I experienced coming up. But Lord and behold, if it wasn't for exercise and therapy, but exercise first. That's the cheapest thing you can do. $10 a month. This ain't even no promo for Planet Fitness. This is just me trying to help y'all. Even though I got on the purple in their colors, I promise you, this ain't got nothing to do with them, okay? If it were me, I would tell y'all to go CrossFit. That's what I do. I'm a CrossFitter, okay? Yes, you can cure depression and anxiety just by exercising, walking, running, getting sunshine and things like that every day. And especially we as colored people, we need sunshine. We need athletics. We need all of these things in order to stay sane, especially with the cards that we've been dealt, okay? So instead of being aggressive with the Karen at the grocery store, you know what I'm saying? We could be aggressive on them dumbbells, all right? So get you some exercise. Moving on. Oh, hold on, wait, real quick. We have a special announcement to make. Gunplay, okay? You guys know that we did an interview with him. If you are on TashaKLive.com, you did see the interview, and his fiance was in the back talking. She was pregnant. I didn't even know she was pregnant. I was like, young girls know how to carry babies. Lord Jesus. I was like, when I'm pregnant, everybody know I'm pregnant. Okay, I had to look down. I was like, oh, you pregnant? Because I offered her some wine. And she was like, no. And then he was like, no, she can't have no wine. And then I think she ended up taking a sip of wine. Now I feel bad because, that was the main thing. He was saying that, he didn't want anything to go wrong with the pregnancy, so she couldn't drink, and that's why I felt compelled to make a donation to their GoFundMe. I mean, it's not funny at all. It's not a laughing matter. So real quick, so they just had the baby. Baby apparently came out healthy. She had a healthy delivery and everything. As soon as they were about to take the baby home, the baby's breathing dropped drastically. So then they, readmitted the baby back into the hospital, found out that the baby had a rare heart defect. And also, in addition to the rare heart defect, they had to wheel the baby, schedule an emergency surgery, open heart surgery for a 9-day-old baby. And when they did that, they found that there was something wrong with the baby's lungs as well. So right now the baby's lungs are like, the chest is open because they're trying to figure out if they need to do another surgery on a baby that's only a few days old. And so very, very tough time for anybody to go through. I did make a donation to their GoFundMe. They are asking for donations because of these medical bills, these sudden medical bills. Medicaid don't cover everything, okay? It's not an end-all be-all, and y'all need to stop, all right? And so this stuff can be expensive when these two are not able to work and things like that. And then he did mention something too, which really just kind of had me like, ooh, he's been very upfront about, him having to go get protection, in certain countries spiritually because of the things that people have done to him. And that was a real thing that he talked about during his interview on TashaKLive.com. And I know a lot of people was raising their eyebrows at that, but he seems to think that this is one of the things that has been done to him as well in order to get back at him for living a lifestyle that he never, not that he never wanted to be in it, but he just felt like this was his karma, given the choices that he's made over the past few years of his life, dealing with drugs and things like that. And so he's been trying to fly right. And so he's been trying to really, just keep it positive, do the right thing. And then this happens. And, like I said, it's a very tough time. I met these two. They seem very genuine. He loves her. She loves him. And so anything will help, okay? And I'll get Chelsea to link their GoFundMe below. Because no one should have to go through this with any child. All right. And so, our prayers are going out to Gunplay and his fiance, Von Shay. All right. And so I think they're going to be all right. I really do. All right. So moving on. In Hit a Lick News. Remember, this is our Wine at 5. Please like or dislike this video, share the video, okay? And please, we encourage you to share your thoughts, whether we agree to disagree. Moderators, remember, no blocking. We do not block nobody. If I have the right to say what I want to say and give my opinion, as well as facts on some of these stories, so do you. We're all adults here. There's no children here. We don't need to monitor, censor, or do anything, okay? And so, yes, in Hit a Lick News, all right? Howard University is being targeted. The most hated white student sues historically black college for over $2 million over racial discrimination. I got to get my glasses for this year. Okay, well, we about to learn some things today. We ain't got to learn nothing because we invented it. It's just being done on us. So a white student at Howard University Law School is suing the institution for racial discrimination, alleging the school created a hostile education environment. I want to ask what he was doing down there at the Howard. Okay, and he's a white student. Michael Newman, the plaintiff, attended Howard University Law starting in the fall semester of 2020 and remained there for just 2 years until he was expelled in 2022. So that's what this was about. They put him out. You know what I'm saying? They told him he could come and then put him out. He is seeking $2 million in monetary damages for pain, suffering, emotional anguish, and damage to his reputation. Reputation on Facebook and Instagram, because I know that's as far as it went. Frank Thrambull, Vice President and Chief Communications Officer at Howard University, said that while he could not comment substantively, due to the pending litigation, the university is prepared to vigorously defend itself in this lawsuit as the claims provide a one-sided and self-serving narrative of the students, leading to the end of the students' enrollment at the university. Okay, Newman, Michael said he suffered depression, anxiety, and suicidal thoughts. Seems like he needs to go exercise. Okay, we're gonna write an exercise plan for Michael and email it to him in his DM on Instagram and Facebook, since that's where his reputation suffered damage. Okay, also as a result of the public ostracism vilification and humiliation. The lawsuit claims at one point global head of diversity recruiting Reggie McGee allegedly told Newman that he had become the most hated student McGee had ever seen during his tenure at the university, according to the suit. Okay, and when Michael Newman, the depressionee, raised concerns over his treatments to school administrators, the law school's dean allegedly denied that Caucasian students at Howard Law and Newman in particular face racial discrimination to any degree. I agree. Okay? Hell, you doing down there at the Howard? What you doing down there at the Howard? You ain't supposed to be down there at the Howard. Now, I blame the NAACP if you ask me, but we'll get into that in a second. Now, following discussions of Newman's purported racial insensitivity, students learned from a tweet. Now, this is where all that stuff come in that he suffered. He wanted to feel like the slave was feeling, in my opinion. All right? Following discussions, Newman's purported racial insensitivity, students learned of a tweet from Newman's private Twitter account that included a picture of a slave bearing his badly scarred back with the caption, and Newman wrote, "But we don't know what he did before the picture was taken." That sounds very garnish. Triggering too. Sounds like he down there trying to trigger somebody. Yeah. If you ask me, this was a setup down there at the Howard. Newman claimed the tweet was mocking commentators who attempted to explain away videos of police brutality by claiming the victim must have committed wrongdoing before the video started. Now, this is all opinion now, okay? The trouble started when the university shifted to remote learning at the start of the pandemic. So this is all online beef. Meaning students communicated through purely online forums and through group me chats. Newman claimed in court papers, and they have since deleted him from those chats when it became a pretty hostile environment for him, okay? And then some students responded negatively to Newman's post and reached out to school administrators, prompting Newman's removal from one of the group chats for the class, according to allegations. And Newman also described feeling utterly disenfranchised at the school and compared himself to a black student at a primarily white university. Now, this is some hit-a-lick news right here. They coming. They coming. And the first target is Howard. They knew Howard was vulnerable when they couldn't fix them dorms, okay? When them kids was down there protesting, sleeping on the lawn, they are seeing an opportunity, okay? Because the school is in disarray. So they figure if they come and start here, they have embarked on new territory, as we have been doing for years, okay? Let me walk into an all-white facility and I don't feel welcome. The lawsuits will be a lawsuiting. They will be suiting. Okay, we will be getting suited up. And it's just, listen. It's like I want to be mad, but we can't get mad when we invented the game. Now we got the right to participate in the game and play the game, but when it's being used against us, they may have a case. And listen, you may have to blame the NAACP for this. All right, now if he go hire attorney Ben Crump, we're finished. We're done. We're done. The day that Ben Crump starts to represent them against us because it is civil rights, because he's a minority in an all-black school, oh, it's getting real now. I told you, just like people are trans-black. We had the first trans-black person come out of Howard. Put out too. Now she on welfare. They're done. I'm telling you, this is getting thick. It's getting real sticky, okay? We're going to follow what's going on here with Mr. Newman and his online persona being challenged or damaged. I want to see what type of damages he asking, he going to get. All right, up next, Adam Levine. He should have called up the niggers in this particular post here. Adam Levine accuses a car dealer of selling him a fake Maserati in a $1 million suit. Adam traded in 2 vintage Ferraris for a Maserati Spider. Now, I ain't seen no pictures of the cars. I've only seen look-alike cars, but I didn't know that the Chinese was making fake Maseratis, okay? Allegedly. We just gonna say allegedly. They make everything else. I got a few fake bags, fake Birkins, you know what I'm saying? Fake Richard Milles. I just saw a couple the other day. Guy came in with a clip case and said he had $1 million worth of watches, $2 million worth of watches in this clip case with no case for the watch, no serial number. He just said it's the 300, and he talking to a bunch of black men that's high on reefer, and they about to buy. I'm looking at them. Go ahead, buy it. Yeah. Now, the lawsuit alleges the celebrity car salesman Rick Cole falsified the car's plate, VIN, and authenticity. Now, those are some strong allegations for Rick Cole because that's all he's known for is selling cars to the celebrities. So if you ask me, I think there's going to be a countersuit in this, and this is going to get pretty sticky because the car gone. His 2 cars that he traded in for the fake Maserati. And here's what I want to say. Like, as men, this is how I learned, because as a woman, because every woman has been single, okay? And every woman, and women, we know how to fake shit. We do. I wish I could cuss over here, but we can't. We can't cuss nowhere. All right. We know how to spot it. I got a sister. All she wears is designer. She got it. I don't. Okay. I'm in the Coach section in TJ Maxx. Okay. She's at the Coach store, and then she leaves that store and goes to the Y St. Laurent store, okay? And so, we were at Juicy Crab one day. I'm going to give you an example. We were at Juicy Crab one day. Girl walks in from afar. Now, I wear glasses, and I got an astigmatism, so I can't see that far. And she saw from across the room that the girl had a fake bag. I said, well, given her outfit, I would say that it was fake, okay? The outfit came from the beauty supply store. I don't expect her to be carrying a $4,000 or $5,000 bag. Okay, she said, yeah, but it's the audacity. You have to understand, women know how to spot this, especially black women, because the first thing that we were told to do, especially when buying cars or buying anything, is check the authenticity of it. You bring your own mechanic. You have your daddy, your uncle come look at it. Sir, how is it that you were able to make such a purchase and not have nobody look at it based off of his name being Rick Cole? If you ask me, anybody named Rick is a scammer. It sounds like a scammer. Rick Cole, the shorter the name is, that's Brandon. He trying to get y'all to easy remember his name when buying said cars that you won't even question it. The only person that got in this search, I don't see nobody at fault but you, okay? And to the fake Maserati dealer, I'm trying to figure out where can I get one? How much do they really cost? And if China is apparently making this, you know what? I don't even blame China. I blame the Latino community because the Latino community started out with this first. They would take Honda Accords, and I would see Honda Accords. I still see them all down here in South Florida with BMW plates on them like emblems, okay? I see Honda Accords, Honda Civics, Toyotas with Mercedes tags on the hood, okay? They started this. China probably picked it up, and voila, we have been infiltrated. We have been infiltrated by China. Now, I'm going to go look on Alibaba later and see where I can get one of these fake cars from. It'll probably take like 3 months to get here, but at least I know what I'm buying. And listen, no one is to blame but you, Adam, at all, okay? See, what happens when they got money, you're careless over your money because you got too much of it. So, yeah, I don't know what to tell you, all right? Better off coming to the hood. Okay, real quick before we move on, guys, don't forget, we have 10 days until our first live wine, gossip, and comedy event live in Atlanta at the Atlanta Event Center. 2.5 hour show. Y'all gonna be laughing your ass off because I'm telling you, all this production we've been putting into this, we can't stop laughing. We crying and everything like that. I gotta tell you, this is some of my best work that I've done. A compilation of everything that we have put into this brand over the last 6 to 7 years, okay, has been put into one show. And I cannot wait to celebrate with y'all on my birthday because my birthday is March 10th, okay? I couldn't afford to get the event center on On the 10th, it was a Friday. They wanted like 100 grand. So we on Wednesday for a couple thousand. Okay. So I told you, I'm in the Coach. I'm buying Coach out of TJ Maxx. And then, there's my sister that's able to drop it. I can't drop it, all right? So, yes, but nevertheless, I'm extremely excited. If you are coming from a surrounding state, remember, once you buy your tickets, you will be emailed the hotel at the group rate that all the winos are staying in. I do know the winos are ordering hella merch, and we're having problems getting that merch now because of the influx in demand. And I got to tell you, we're 85% sold out. Not bad for me announcing an event worldwide into like less than a week ago. So I mean, yes, I am pretty excited. I cannot wait to see y'all. I cannot wait to meet y'all. All the meet and greet tickets are sold out. Don't forget to use this QR code or go to Eventbrite, type in TashaK on stage, or you can use the link below and purchase your tickets there. Hurry up, because once the tickets are sold out, they're sold out. We do not have permission to take tickets at the door. Unfortunately, we're still working on trying to get that permission done because of capacity. All right, and we don't want to be at capacity and somebody in there acting crazy. I'm not, yeah. So, listen, get your tickets now. I cannot wait to see y'all. Now, real quick, before we move on, how long we got? Okay. You know what? I ain't even going to run no commercial until we're about to start the interview, okay? Because we still have the second show live at, I believe we're going to do the second show at 7:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Yeah? Okay. It's going to be at 7:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on TashaKLive.com. Coming up on TashaKLive.com. Do we have the flyer? Okay. We don't. Hold on for a second. I'll tell you right now who we're going to be talking about at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. YK Osiris being outed by his ex-girlfriend. Megan Thee Stallion. She got an apology from 1501, her current label. Adele and Rich Paul and Hit a Lick News. The New York Nurses. The New York Nurses are now included in the Florida New York nurse scandal. Also, Lady Gaga and these French Bulldogs, Michael B. Jordan, Juan Dixon, and Robin Dixon. Juan was spotted with another woman. We're definitely going to be talking about that and much, much more coming up after 7 on TashaKLive.com. So you have to go to the website, subscribe to TashaKLive.com, and then you can download the app and stream the show anywhere, okay? So, but I'll give you a more specific time closer to when this interview is over from the woman who showed up on Valentine's Day at her boyfriend's house and his wife answered the door, okay? Up next, Kodak Black. Do Kodak Black. We'll do Lil Wayne next. They want him under the jail. They don't want him out, okay? Now, after Trump gave him a pardon, apparently Kodak Black tested positive for fentanyl. And I'm like, who is testing positive for fentanyl willingly out here these days, okay? Given his, I got the whole printout, okay? Given his extensive history with just drugs, weapons, guns, all the battery, kidnapping, all types of things, you would just think that after taxpayer dollars went into freeing one of ours, that he would be, walking a pretty straight line. But he said no, he only wants to sniff them, okay? Yeah, so here's what the article says. Give me 1 second. Let me make sure I pull it up. I thought I printed out that particular part, but I didn't. But it's okay. I got it here, right here. Remember to like, okay, share this video. Thank you, Chelsea, because I was going to say, yeah, something was missing from your printout. Secretary? Yeah, okay. Got me on my phone. Right, Teddy? We need to get Teddy a woman. I'm going to get Teddy a woman. That is going to be my next thing, okay? So, according to reports, a Florida judge signed off on an arrest warrant for Kodak Black, born, I don't even know how to say his name, Octave. That's all we're going to say, okay? I guess he legally changed his name to Bill Capri. All right, so Deason Octane, but legally changed his name to Bill Capri. This past Saturday, February 25th, due to a probation policy violation, okay? Now, Kodak was detained last year in Broward County, on possession of trafficking charges, and police reportedly found more than 30 oxycodone pills in the vehicle. It reads, subsequently, the music artist arrested was taken to Broward County Jail, posting a $75,000 bond shortly after. As a part of his conditional release, however, the Super Gremlin artist is required to submit random drug screenings, 2 of which were compromised in the last few weeks. Okay, now I do know when he was arrested for the 30 oxycodone pills, they said that, he said, his lawyer said that he had a prescription for those. Trying to figure out which pharmacy filled those. Okay, I can't even go buy sinus medication without showing my ID. Okay, so I'm trying to figure out which pharmacy, was a CVS or Walgreens, okay, or Rite Aid, filled the prescription for the 30 oxycodone pills that they gave to a historical Sherm head. Yeah, And so Kodak reportedly skipped his February 3rd testing altogether because he knew he wasn't walking a straight line. He was only sniffing them, and submitted a positive sample on February 8th. The report states that Black, now that sounds a little racist. Kodak, you don't write Black in an all white article. Black tested positive for an undisclosed amount of fentanyl and will be held the moment he comes in contact with law enforcement officials. All right, and it will be added that no bail will be allowed for him. Okay, now I got issues with this. I do. It seems like, especially when I pay taxes, I pay a lot of taxes, okay? And when decisions are made without seeking the approval of the urban community to let people like this out of jail after an extensive arrest record. December 2015, marijuana possession, okay? That should probably be thrown out anyway. All this weed down here they selling for, legally. February 2016, arrest of battery, okay, against a woman. April 2016, all in the same year, arrest for weapons. May 2016, arrest in Broward County for open warrants, previous charges, false imprisonment, and armed robbery. Oh, my God. August 2016 of that same year, sentenced to house arrest and 5 years of probation and community service. In addition to that warrant, I guess that was placed in St. Lucie County for drug possession. Florence, in the Florence County case was changed to sexual battery, okay? And a penalty up to 30 years in prison. September 2016, months later, he pleaded no contest in that same one and was arrested again and was sentenced to 120 days in prison. November 28, 2016. I mean, I can keep going. He was extradited to South Carolina to face the battery charges December 1st. As predicted by his lawyers, okay, he was freed. And in 2017, violating house arrest, assaulting a bartender. 2017, angry outbursts, sentences in house... 2018, weapons and drugs. 2019, 2022. It sounds like he just wants to live in prison. Why don't we let him? There's plenty of people that are sitting behind bars right now that deserve these pardons, okay? But they want to pardon the worst of the worst so they can come out and still push this lifestyle onto us, knowing that our children and their children look up to it. So I don't know why they think that they're, helping us or trying to represent us. But meanwhile, people like this are influencing their children. And when they're tired of it, they're going to throw away the key, And so, and I'm like, who's out here willingly testing positive for fentanyl? Okay, now doctors ain't writing those prescriptions for fentanyl. Only Alabama or AliExpress because it's coming from China. Okay, or he had horse farms here, while visiting some of these white politicians. Okay, and using some of their tranquilizers that they use on these horses. So where is he getting the fentanyl from? Teddy ain't giving it to him. Where? Moving on. Lil Wayne, just when he just can't get I just wish he would just go on and bleach and get it over with. Lil Wayne says he has never, ever, 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 listen, he cannot remember the last time he has even had McDonald's. He don't even think that he's ever tasted fast food. Now, I said, Wayne, just like you said that you have never been a victim of racism, okay? Sir, here's what I'm going to say to that real quick, because I do want to get to this interview. And I don't have time to play games with Wayne, with all this pandering and things like that he's doing. Wayne, the reason Wayne don't remember eating fast food is because he spent a lot of time having seizures after seizures from the extracurricular activities that he's been indulging in. And so when you live a very rock starish skaterboard life and you're leaning out every night in the studio, you probably don't remember what you ate, sir, if you ate at all. Because most addicts in recovery, they don't eat. They don't eat. And you wasn't trying to eat. You was rapping and drinking and leaning. So don't say that. Don't come out here with this buffoonery no more. Everybody and their mama has had McDonald's, okay? Everybody. Ain't nobody ordering you at 3 o'clock in the morning at the studio no filet mignon and lobster, sir. You're getting Waffle House or McDonald's working late hours like that, okay? Stop. Moving on. Nick Cannon says that it's God's decision in whether or not he has any more children. He said God decides when he's done having children. I hate when folks try to put God in this, especially the God. See, I don't even know what God he believes in, you know, especially after he apologized, after he was talking about, you know, another God and stuff like that. And then them people came back and was like, no, you got to submit to this God. Now you need to apologize to this God so you can get your show back, okay? Because God knows you got a lot of bills to pay. And so he did exactly that. He apologized. And now he's out here saying that, you know, after people have been telling him, please get a vasectomy, get fixed, do us a favor, do your children's mothers a favor. You cannot be, he's trying to say that people are trying to say it's life management. Like he's the first person out here to have multiple children as a black man with multiple different women. And he's trying to rewrite a book on managing multiple baby mothers and multiple children. He said it's not a time management issue, it's an energy issue. It's an energy issue, okay? See what happens when they watching all these self-help, self-empowerment things. They want to try to make everything positive and stuff. So where I split my energy, if my baby mothers are all on good energy, I ain't got to be there to spend time with my kids. It's not time management, it's the energy. So if they feel my energy while I'm there, but even though I'm inside of somebody else, giving them energy right now to create a baby and another body out of energy, then as long as I leave good energy every time that I'm there, they'll never miss me. See what Hollywood be doing to these people? So here's what I want to say to Nick. If God says and decides this, okay? I'm trying to figure out where in the 10 Commandments did he say that this was okay. Let me pull up the 10 Commandments. I should have had Chelsea right there, because last I checked, you ain't supposed to be having all these kids out of wedlock. The last I checked, God said no. He already gave an answer. He gave an answer in 13 BC. We're in 2023. So what answer are you waiting on him to give you? Are you waiting on him to rise again for Easter to give you an answer? Hold on. 10 Commandments. Give me a second. What are thou shalt not commit adultery. Sir, you have made 12, 14, 22 children by committing adultery. Thou shalt, hold on, let me get the 10 Commandments in order, okay? You shall not have any other God before God's name. You still haven't told us what God you serve, because you apologize for even talking about God and you being God and the black woman is God during the podcast. So which God are we talking about? right now. Thou shalt not make unto thee any graven images. Thou shalt not take the name of the Lord thy God in name. Remember the Sabbath day and keep it holy. Honor your father and mother. Your kids cannot honor their father because you're not there. Thou shalt not kill. Thou shalt not commit adultery. Thou shalt not steal. And the list goes on. Listen, God already spoke, sir. He spoke on the first day when he said, let there be light. Stop, Nick. Stop. And stop being scared of getting your vein clipped. That's all that's going. They're going to reach inside. They're going to make a little nip down there in the balls. They're going to clip you, sir. It doesn't emasculate you. It doesn't say that you're less than a man. Matter of fact, it gives you more appeal now. Because right now, your sex appeal, your masculinity is dropping because of you spreading seed after seed, and you ain't got time to take care of them. You can't buy one baby mama house and can't afford to buy the others. Sir, no, it don't work like that. You got to be equal across the board. Your kids should not be staying in a condo while the other kids, your favorite baby mama, get a 5-bedroom house. Sir, no. And you want to talk about it's not time management, it's energy. It's energy. So as long as my energy's in the right place, I'm good. Now, real quick, don't forget, all right? At 7, actually, we can still do 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Okay, so 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, we are going to head to TashaKLive.com for the second part of our show, Uncensored Raw. I can curse over there, and we can really, really get into and unwind some things, okay? The winos I already know. That's why they over there. That's why they over there in the thousands, okay? It's heavy over there on TashaKLive.com, the newest streaming service, okay, to offer content, okay, about us and for us, all right? Remember, we are live in Atlanta, okay? March 8th, we are 10 days away. All right, the tickets are selling fast, okay? So make sure you get your tickets now. Don't wait till the last minute. You're not going to be able to email us to ask, can you buy at the door? It's not working like that, okay? This ain't no mom and pop venue, okay? This is very nice, and we're going to be on our best behavior, okay? Please don't forget to scan the QR code or visit Eventbrite and type in TashaK on stage or use the link below located in the description box. All right, this is a night of wine, gossip, and comedy. Y'all gonna be laughing from the time y'all get in to the time y'all get out. I cannot wait to celebrate my birthday with y'all. And this is a long time coming and probably the first of many. So we'll see how this goes, all right? And so please don't forget to get your tickets. Like I said, we are 85% sold out. Not bad for only launching 3 weeks ago. Okay, and so I'm excited. Who's ever coming is coming. Who's not ain't supposed to be there. All right, I guess so. All right, and don't forget, remember, live at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on TashaKLive.com with the second part of our show. But remember, there was a young lady that the Neighborhood Talk posted. Shout out to Kyle. Okay, his blog is growing heavy. I'm so proud of him and everything that he's doing. Posted a story from a neo-soul artist by the name of Bonita, and she detailed her road trip from Atlanta to go and surprise her boyfriend of 5 months, who she's known for a very long time. Surprised him on Valentine's Day. When she got there, the wife was there with a weapon in hand, okay? And so she came through to share her story. We have a portion of her interview here that you guys are going to watch. Of course, if you want to watch the extended version, it is available on TashaKLive.com. And so we're going to go ahead and play that interview. Don't forget, guys, stay here because I do have some announcements to make after this interview, and then I'll lead us right on in to our second part of the show on TashaKLive.com. Okay, let's roll this interview. Let's go! Okay, so we have Bonita Kennedy here. How are you?
Good.
Okay, so
my artist name is Bonita Jelaine.
Bonita Jelaine.
Bonita Jelaine.
Okay, Bonita Jelaine. Okay.
Yeah.
So I found you via social media, of course. I think everybody has over the Valentine's Day week. Okay. Yeah. Your story has gone like super viral. You blogged your way to go see your boyfriend in North Carolina, I believe. And when you got there, his wife answered the door. Mm-hmm. Okay. And so I was just like, I got to get her on the show. I really do. I know you've made a few TikTok videos trying to explain the whole story, but I wanted you here so that we can hear it all together and not, in bits and pieces and things like that, and it was just, to me, I was devastated. I was devastated for you. because I don't know what I would have done. I definitely wouldn't have handled it the way you handled it, but we all have our ways and things like that, strengths and weaknesses. Okay, so starting from the beginning, how long have you been blogging?
Okay, so I was blogging a while ago, and I started blogging again on TikTok. So I'm an artist, so I was trying to build up a fan base on TikTok because I already started a following on Instagram. So I had Instagram on lock, Facebook on lock, and so TikTok was the last of the Mohicans where I was like, let me try to get my views up on there. And so I've been blogging on there for a minute since the pandemic. Like, I think a lot of people started getting into it during the pandemic.
Okay.
And so that's what happened. I started blogging on there. And the crazy thing is, I posted him on my TikTok. And it's so crazy because I don't know why. My logic is not officially, I didn't post him on my Instagram yet. I was like, I'm not posting on Instagram until I'm married. You know what I'm saying? When you put a ring on it, then you can go to my Instagram where all my followers, my core followers for years has been there. And my friends and family are on there. So I was like, you can't go in there yet.
Okay.
So even on my TikTok, I had a different name. It wasn't even my artist name, Benita Jelaine. It really was, I used to be like, alias was like Bo Knows This. You know what I'm saying? Because I would do like funny memes. I would follow the trends on TikTok. I would do the dances. I would do everything that you could do. And so I was like, you know what? Since we started this budding relationship, before I think I didn't start posting him till the second month of dating when I really started letting my wall down a little bit.
Okay.
And I was like, I see a lot of black love on TikTok, so let's, post on TikTok. And he was like, let's do it, baby. I was like, we're going to go viral. I was telling him, I was like, we're going to go viral. People going to talk about how good we, ironically, how good we, how good we look and how much fun we have. And then we started doing these things where we would go to different restaurants and like blog about them and, do little critiques on them or whatever. So it was like we started getting a little bit of a following.
And he was doing all this being married.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Mm-hmm. Okay, so keep going. Oh, geez.
So that's why it's crazy. I think that's why it went viral even more because people started making TikTok pages just to go and see because people started talking about it. Oh, because people would think it was a skit at first. They was like, oh, this is fake. She knew. I mean, as much support that I've gotten just as much hate from the first original video
of you showing up and blogging like, hey, I just showed up. His wife has at the door. So they thought because of how free and open you guys were on TikTok that there was no way you could have not known that he was married.
Exactly.
Okay, so my boyfriend's been on for like 10 days. He has a investment property in North Carolina, so he's been working on the house. They, renovated and gutted it out, so he was there to like project manage, and I really, really miss him. And so I'm gonna do a pop-up to surprise him. So follow me. But first, I'm gonna go to Charlotte, hang out with my little cousin. She's having an event, so this just happened to be knocking two birds out with one stone. I'm gonna hang out with her for a little bit, and then he's like an hour and a half away from her, and then I'm gonna go and follow me. All right, guys, I'm about an hour away, and I kind of think that he knows I'm up to something because he called me twice, and I was still in the car within the last 2 hours, and I was just like, oh, no. I just been running errands all day, me and Snow. Say hey, Bubba. Say hey, Snow. So, I will keep us updated, and I'll see you in a bit.
Hey guys, so I'm in Charlotte. I'm with my cousin. Say hey, Day Day. Hey. Who would have believed that I would still be at my cousin's house? So, guess what? Y'all saw my stories. You see my love story panning out on TikTok. Who would have ever thought that I pop up on my boyfriend and his wife answers the door? What? Yeah. He has a whole wife. He's been married. She said they celebrated 7 years. Yeah. And this man's still texting me right now. He couldn't come outside. This woman was like, I was wondering. She said, I was wondering who was born in your phone. She was blaming me, said that I knew. This man has lived a double life. For 5 months we've been together. A double life. This man has pretended to love me and to court me. And we just came back from Vegas. Y'all saw the trip we was laughing and joking about, and I'm so happy that I waited for so many things, and I feel sorry for her because she stuck with him. I'm gone. But it's just another lesson. But who would ever thought? Why me? I'm in shock. I was so happy. I was popping on the love of, supposedly love of my life. Like, be careful out here, women. These men are terrorists. Be careful out here. And pray for me, please.
Okay. That was the happiest day. When you see the transition in the beginning, I'm probably pretty sure you saw the video. I was super happy.
Yeah.
We were actually he was calling me throughout the ride. People was like, oh, she was popping up. That's why she got popped. We had such an open, which I thought, such a healthy relationship, and we spoke about different things. It was nothing for me to come and surprise my man because I thought that this was my man. So it didn't turn up. It wasn't a pop-up like, oh, he didn't know I was coming. It really started like a main surprise of him calling me on the ride there and realizing, wait, why are you still in the car? And I'm just like, I'm going to see my man, like making jokes with him. And he was like, really, babe? He was so happy, big smile on his face. I get sick to my stomach. Think about it now. I'm glad we're doing the interview now because days ago I wouldn't have been able to just talk to you, like at all. Okay. So he's like, okay. He was like, well, babe, I'm working on this house. There's so much construction everywhere. I don't want you up here. He's like, he was like, bro, I know you're not. He's like, babe, please don't come up here. Don't come up here. And he was like, because I don't want you seeing all of this and I don't want you to see it yet. So I was like, all right, cool, because I'm believing him. I always told him in the beginning of our relationship, I will believe everything you say until I don't. Everything done in the darkness comes to the light. So I had no reason to not believe that this man was true. I had the passcode to his phone because he knew I was the type of woman that I don't have to go through your phone because I'm secure in myself. We used to share each other's location. I think he was doing that to reassure me from my past trauma. And that reassurance that he gave me made me feel comfortable. You know what I'm saying? With everything. This man was a master manipulator.
Now, you didn't see nothing in his phone that was like a red flag?
I never looked through his phone. I never looked through it. The most that he's been on, he used his business. People say you were blind. The rose-colored glasses was there. Me looking back at it now, I'm like, okay, maybe that was it. Okay, that was Benito. Why didn't you pay attention to that? He used his business so much as this was his grind, and I was supportive of his business. He would be on Instagram not knowing that he would show me the DMs of him going on live. I've been on this man's live before, but like, oh, did he post you? I've definitely been on his live before. He was definitely open about our relationship, so I didn't have no reason to think that this wasn't my man, $100,000.
Okay.
So anyway, on the way there, he realized that, that I'm coming. So he's like, I'll meet you in Charlotte. So I was like, all right, cool. My cousin lives in Charlotte. So my little cousin lives in Charlotte. Like, we go there. The only reason I was popping up because he's a big Eagles fan. And I was like, okay, I know he's working on that house. Let's go stop doing what you're doing and let's go watch the Eagles game. So when I get to my cousin's house, I'm getting there a little early. Super Bowl starts at 6:30. I get there at like 4:45-ish. And the text messages and the calling start slowly but surely dying down. So I'm not stressing it because I'm like, he knows that I'm coming. He's probably not sweating it. He's working. Supposedly he was working on his sink all day. From the morning when I called him, he was working on his sink. His excuse was, I said, you haven't seen your girl in 10 days. Stop working on the sink. I'll be there in a second. And he's like, I want to get the house, at least the sink ready. So when you come up here, it'll be ready for you to use it. I mean, so many excuses. So anyway, me and my cousin talking, and I get there at 4:30 and 4:45, and I'm like, are you on your way? Because you're an hour and a half away, so we're supposed to be meeting there at the same time. And then all of a sudden, the text message, he didn't respond right away. So then I call his phone, and he answers, I got to call you right back, babe. Something happened with the pipe. It bust. I got nervous. I was like, first of all, you shouldn't have been touching it, because if you hire people to do that, why are you working on that? Red flag. So me and my cousin talking, getting through. It gets about like 5:30, right? Mm-hmm. And if you're so excited to see me, why are you not there yet? When I pulled up, you should have been there right then and there at the same time that I got there. I'm like calling his phone. Now he's not answering. At this point, he's not answering. Now it's not the spidey senses of my man cheating on me. It's more so of, are you okay? You were working on a sink, it bust, the water bust everywhere. You supposedly in the sticks. He had a story about leading up to this. He had a story about him arguing with his neighbor in this whole area. And I'm just like, okay, you don't know nobody out there. Let me see what's going on. So that's when the mission started, and that's when it became a pop-up. So when it became a pop-up, I literally get in the car. Okay. My dog was with me. I was frantic at this point. Not frantic, but more so, he's never not answering his phone without letting me know that he's not going, that something happened. Okay. So I get in the car. I leave my dog there. I jump in the car. We used to share our locations. Now all of a sudden, the location is off. That bothers me. So now it becomes worry, and I'm like, let me get gas. I'm in this area that I do not know. It's nighttime at this point. The Super Bowl is on. I don't even care. I'm just trying to get to him. My thoughts was, let me get there. I'm going to see him sweeping up water, stressing out about this. Not, I'm going to get there and there's a wife there. So as I'm driving, it really is a calmness. I said, it had to be my ancestors like putting a calmness over me, because I was really a calmness, and I'm thinking it's a calmness that he's okay. He's just not answering his phone. His phone died, whatever it could be. So I go, and as soon as I get there, I pull up the location from him sending me the address before, but I screenshotted it. He thought he was so slick that he didn't give me the full location, but he gave me from his share location from him going to the house. I screenshotted it. I don't know why I did that, but of course I did that because subconsciously your body does stuff that you don't know that's going to happen. So I pull up. As soon as I pull up there, my stomach, pit of my stomach, because I see a car there. Let me tell you, backstory. The car that's there is a car that's supposedly broken. This car was supposed to be in the shop in Atlanta. This car was supposed to be in Atlanta, and we were supposed to drive down together to bring it back to North Carolina that following week. So when I see the car there, I automatically get nervous. So I called my cousin. I said, I don't know what's going on, but there's another car. There's this old car. The car that was supposed to be fixed is sitting outside. And so she was like, it's okay. So I was like, I'll call you back. I hang up the phone. I ring the doorbell. My ditzy self sees somebody. The lady comes to the door. I'm still like, well, maybe that's his cousin or something. And I'm like, and she was like, hey, how you doing? I was like, hi, I'm Benita. And she's like, who are you? I said, I'm Benita. And she says, immediately, I knew, I was asking you who Bond was in your phone. He saved my name as Bond. Let me tell you how manipulative. When he was around me, Tasha, he had my number saved as Brooklyn Wife in his phone. That means that when he went around her, he would change my name back to B-O-N.
Oh. So it sounds like a dude's name.
Yeah, exactly. So I was like, and who are you? And she says, I'm his wife for 7 years. At this point, she's screaming. At this point, I step away from her porch. I step away because it was like fight or flight. I didn't know what to do. I just stepped back. And at this point, the tears are pouring out my eyes. I'm glad I wasn't on my phone. I'm glad I didn't pull up and vlog me opening the door. I'm glad that wasn't the case. This woman is screaming at this point. She's pointing to me. She's saying, you knew. My heart is in my stomach because I'm like, how did I know? How did I know? She says, I followed you on Instagram, and he told me that he told you that I followed you. I said, first of all, see, I thought that you were an ex-wife, that he was divorced for 7 years. I didn't know that you were a wife, that you was together for 7 years. These are all the thoughts that's going through my head. I'm screaming. I'm begging him, please come outside. Give me an explanation. She's telling him, yeah, get outside, mother effer. Give her an explanation. Why? Get outside. He wouldn't even come outside, Tasha. Every time I think about it, I get upset. He wouldn't even come outside. So she's screaming at this point. All I know is she said, how did you get my address? At this point, she said, this is my house. Those are my two cars, the cars that he's been driving around. My cousin's calling me. She's screaming, "Where's your location?" She's like, "Don't send nobody else to this mother at the house." He's at the door trying to pull her in. At this point, I see a gun. She's pointing the gun at him. And she's telling him to get out the house or whatever, give me an explanation. He's telling her, "Don't point that gun at me." This is a man I don't even know. This man is cursing at her. He's calling her all types of beasts. She calling him every type of mother effer. He has never talked to me that way. We talk to each other like king and queen. He was a different person. She points the gun. When I was so emotional and I said in the text message, "Your wife pulled the gun on me," she didn't pull it on me. She actually pulled it on him. But when she was saying, "Don't send nobody else to the location," then she pointed at me, but basically mostly like to the air. But I was already so far back and I was ready to get in my Jeep. I was really literally about to pull off and I got back out because I needed an explanation. This man gets in the car and he drives off. And leaves me standing there with a woman with a gun. She still has got the gun at this point. She's still pointing it in the air. She's still pointing it my way. The fact that I'm standing here talking to you, that story could have went a totally different way. All because of his lies, of him wanting to. I still don't have the answers. I don't know why did he even. I was minding my own business. This man chased me for a whole year. He pursued me for a whole year. And I told him I was focused on my music. I was at peace. I was finding healing. And he came as my kingdom husband. He came as my person. He's been around my family. I thought this man lied about having 4 kids, about the same woman, which was his ex-wife. That's why he told me that he had a really bad relationship and that he was going through child support for his last daughter, who was like 18, 19. I've spoken to his daughter on FaceTime multiple times. Come to find out, I'm wondering, how can I speak to his daughter? How can I meet his son? Because those are not her kids. So I don't know what the dynamic was between her and, them. That's why they could talk to me. I'm thinking back of all the people, like his cousins that I've been around. I'm looking like, y'all all pieces of shit at this point. At this point, somebody could have told me something. What was going on? This man has been on double dates with me with my friends. This man has sat there and talked to my mother and told her that I was his future wife. This man has been to my grandmother's house. It's in South Carolina. We have drove all the way to South Carolina just to meet my grandmother and my family. And you had a whole nother situation for 7+ years. So yeah, that's why we're here today.
That was a lot.
Yeah. And that's the tried to be the short version of everything that happened.
Yeah. Have you spoken to him since?
So right after it happened, that was on a Sunday. That Monday, I'm still distraught. He called me that Sunday. My cousin was like, I have to get out the room. That Sunday, he told me, this is when I'm still distraught. This is the person that I was falling in love with, that I loved. I really loved him with my whole heart. He literally said, tell me now. I'll go get my stuff out the house right now and I'll go with you. And I said, what are you talking about? What I look like taking you? I'm still distraught, but still love him. But I'm like, what? Can you give me an explanation? Are you married? This man still told me he wasn't married. I said, so why would that lady say that? He said, I don't know why that B said that. And I said, wait, first of all, why are you calling her B? You know I don't like when you call women a B. He was on the phone with me. I was on the phone with him. My head was pounding, but I'm still listening to him because I'm trying to get an explanation. I literally screenshotted our FaceTime call, but of course the volume was out when you screenshot a FaceTime call. And you can see him explaining and stuff like that, supposedly crying, tearing up. And I'm literally crying and I'm screaming, I'm pointing. But after a while, I start calming down. I'm just listening to him. He literally says he will go get his stuff. And he keeps looking at the door. So I said, why you keep looking? You can't go back in the house. I can go back in the house if I want to. And I'm like, first of all, who are you talking to? So he's still telling me that he can come. So I was at my cousin's house. My cousin wouldn't let me leave because I was hysterical. He said, go home. I'll meet you at the house. He said, don't tell nobody else. He said, don't tell your mother. Don't tell your family, because if you tell them, then I'm going to be looking at them. They're going to be looking at me crazy when we work it out. I'm going to fix this, babe. I'm going to get my shit together. I promise I'm going to fix it. I promise I'm going to fix it. And I'm just like, he said, don't make an answer now. Don't give me an answer now. sleep on it. I'll meet you there in the morning. Actually, I'll come and get you. Leave your car at your cousin's house. I'll drive you back to Atlanta.
With
and
her
I'm just
cars?
Like, no, at this point, he wanted to be in my car. At this point, he was going to drive me back in my car. Or her car, leave my car there. I don't know. At this point, this is delusional. So anyway, I'm still talking to him. I don't answer. I drive to my grandmother's house for the day on Monday. I drive all the way back home on Monday. He's calling me at this point. He's texting me. He says, I'm in Atlanta. And he was like, I'll call you. I'm working. He always is working. He's like, I'll call you. I'm working. He's like, please, let's talk about it afterwards. I hung up the phone with him and I immediately blocked him. I blocked him on everything. And at that point, I have not spoken to him since that day.
But he know where you stay, right?
He knows where I stayed. I had to change my code. He even had a code. You know how you have a digital lock? He had a code to my house. I changed the digital lock that day.
Now, what type of work does he do?
So, he has a beard company where it's the coloration for the beard. I've been with him to classes. I've been with him on some road trips that he's done to the different classes that he teaches at, when he does the master class, the barber's master classes. I've been with him as he did his products. I've seen him sell his product. I've seen that he actually works. I've seen him go to the different barbershops promoting his product. I've been with him. The crazy thing is, I was in Tennessee. In the back of this class, there had to be about 20 people there.
Okay.
And he introduced me as his woman, as his girl, in front of all these people. And I'm just like, I'm just trying to put the puzzle pieces together of what did I miss? And why was I so blind to know? Like, his wife must not have social media. We were literally building our following on social media. I literally would tell him when the video got past 300, 400. I'm like, look, babe, this one got to 1,000 views. You know what I'm saying? Because the most I would get on there is like 200, 300 views. And he'd be like, really? We're about to be viral.
I think that when I listened to it, he was setting up his next place. All right. If you want to watch the rest of the interview, it's an hour long. You had about 20 minutes here. It is available on TashaKLive.com right now. Okay, also, don't forget, March 8th, we are live in Atlanta for our first exclusive wine, gossip, and comedy event. It's my birthday. Okay, we are 85% sold out on these tickets. Y'all are coming in heavy, okay? Coming in heavy. Don't forget to scan the QR code if you want to attend this event. If you are traveling from out of town, we do have a group-rated hotel where all the winos are staying. I do believe all the gear, too, is being bought out because everybody wants to show up in their wino gear. I love it all, okay? So I just wanted to make sure y'all know that we have 10 days left before we're live in Atlanta in person, okay? Also, we are headed to the app, all right? TashaKLive.com. I got to start saying network. Coming up at our 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time show. It's going to be 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on TashaKLive.com. We got White K. Osiris being outed by his ex-girlfriend, Love Stasia. Also, Megan Thee Stallion's apology from 1501, her label. Adele and Rich Paul are set to get married this summer. The New York nurses, they're coming for thousands of New York nurses, okay? They've already canceled so many degrees and jobs behind this nurse scandal. Also, Lady Gaga and these French Bulldogs and Michael B. Jordan. Juan Dixon caught out with another woman, okay? And much, much more coming up at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on TashaKLive.com. Please visit the website if you are new. Subscribe there. Then you can download the app and stream anywhere, okay? Whether cast it to your TV or, you know, whatever you want to watch it at, okay? Thank you all so much for watching. Guys, if you have tips on your favorite celebrities, please feel free to hit me in my DM on Instagram, as you always do. You guys know that all of our exclusive wine goes to TashaKLive.com, okay? So if you're wondering why we ain't got no exclusive stuff here, it's because it's all on TashaKLive.com, all right? Sometimes I'll spill over here, but most of the time we're just here shooting the shits, okay? Unwinding for our wine at 5. Why is a phone going off during the middle of my show? Okay, and also, guys, if you want to market on my platform, please feel free to send us an email via ads at TashaKLive.com. That is ads at TashaKLive.com. Thank you all so much for watching everywhere. Okay, don't forget to like, share, subscribe. I love you guys. Follow me, and I'll see you at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on TashaKLive.com. Don't forget to get your tickets. Scan this QR code. We are live March 8th in Atlanta for our first wine, gossip, and comedy event. Now I gotta go. Teddy, say bye. Bye.